This fishery is so weird, you guys. Woo! Got a bit of a bite. So we're out fishing for resident coho salmon today. And it's kind of a weird fishery. The coho are spawned at hatcheries and then barged down to net pens around Squaxin Island, where they're reared and then released as smolts about a month or two after the natural origin fish or the wild fish out-migrate to the sound, so they don't compete with them. And so the crazy thing about this salmon fishery has to do with how salmon imprint on their natal rivers to know where to return to spawn. Some species of salmon, like chum or sockeye, don't really spend any time rearing in freshwater, and they migrate out to the estuary and the saltwater in a matter of days or weeks after emerging from the gravel. But then you have other species of salmon like coho, chinook, and I'll include steelhead here as well. They spend a year or more rearing in the river system where they were born before making their way out to the salt. Why this matters, especially for this fishery, is because research has shown that short timers, the chum and sockeye, imprint on their natal river during egg incubation, while the long timers, the coho, the chinook, and the steelhead, imprint during the parr to smolt transformation that happens when they are ready to migrate to the saltwater. These net pen fish are rearing in Puget Sound when this transformation occurs, not in a river. So as they're undergoing that smoltification process and imprinting for their return as adults, they're just out there with a not so great frame of reference of a precise location to return to. So this creates a really interesting fishery. The smolts are released all over Puget Sound by barge. Some of these juveniles are released in the southern area and they stick around by Squaxin Island. Some of them swim up north for a year, then come back down as adults. Some of them are released up north and then they stray into those rivers and attempt to spawn. My point is that they're caught all over Puget Sound, but the terminal point for the fishery is Area 13, where the fish were raised in the net pens around Squaxin Island. At this point, they've passed through all of the other areas, and fishing for them is no longer a potential impact on constraining salmon stocks. Area 13 is open for coho fishing year-round. There is no size limit, and you can keep 2 a day. Yeah, right there. Oh, oh my gosh. Come here, little fishy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got one. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's a pretty coho. Look at him. Beautiful, beautiful coho. Look at him. Yeah, beautiful coho. So these aren't huge fish that we're catching, but they will be adults this next fall in a few months when they are ready to spawn. And they taste pretty good, not like ocean-going salmon that are out there eating herring. These guys eat more sand shrimp and stuff in the Puget Sound. So they taste good, but not quite the same as ocean fish.